Hey guys, welcome to On the Mic with the M.
Auntie,
And today's discussion is going to be about.
why do we get married?
Damn, I
Like,
can
in
put my
other
glasses on.
words, what is the purpose that marriage serves?
Wow.
Right? Not like from your heart, why telling your spouse why did you get married or why I chose them.
Mm-hmm.
But in essence, what is the purpose of marriage?
Hmm.
Why would you want to be umbrellaed under such a thing? Why are
Hmm.
you engaged in the marriage?
That's a
Um,
good
I
question.
think that's something good to explore today.
Wow, that's true because so many people who aren't married look at marriage a certain way. They look at marriage as this pie in the sky, as everything is beautiful. It's going to be a white picket fence, and we're just going to be just always good times, always sunny, always butterflies. Well, we know, being married, that is not the damn case.
Yeah, so it's like you're on the outside and you look at people who are married, right?
Mm-hmm.
And you have this false idea of what it is to be married. So when you grow
Yes.
up, right?
Grow up,
You
yes.
grow up,
Mm-hmm.
you then say, I want to be married like this because that's what you thought you saw.
Mm-hmm.
But you only saw what you was sort of allowed to see, and it
Yep.
was very like it was one-sided because
Yes.
you were a child. And
Yep.
the other reason is because marriages are private,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Yes, pretty much.
They're
Yes, there's two
supposed to
sides.
be.
Because you really had two sides. You had the public side of it, which everybody sees.
The represent the part that's represented, right?
Exactly. And then you have, I call it, that's really like 20% of it.
Yes.
Because the other 80% is the real work. That's behind the scenes. That's behind the doors. That's when you work, you're talking to each other, dealing with situations that come up, kids, how we grow together.
Yes.
Because there's a
Best word
constant,
for it.
yes, you're constantly growing. You're
Yes.
constantly changing. So for anyone that thinks marriage is just one, it's like a picket fence, it's a lie. It's not a picket fence where it doesn't move. It's just there. It's never going to change.
Or roses and gifts, right?
Yeah.
I want to get married so he could
Flowers.
take care of me. I just want to be taken care of. Oh
Exactly.
my
And she's gonna wake
goodness.
up every morning and look as beautiful as she did during a wedding day, and oh my God, she's just always gonna look like that.
Or she
Oh,
gonna wake up and make me breakfast every morning.
every day.
Yeah.
Oh, just beautiful,
Yeah.
and she's always gonna smell like lilac and flowers and all the other stuff, and that's how it's gonna be.
Yeah.
Reality check, no, it's not that way. And if you're not mentally ready for that, then you're going to be surprised and shocked, actually,
Right.
about how it actually evolves. And it evolves in different ways for everybody. And all marriages aren't the same. Some marriages work for those people based on who they are. Other marriages work differently for them. 'Cause every marriage is different. So it's not
Right.
one particular way people get married and stay together. But hey, if it works for you, you're happy with each other, I'm good with you.
I think that for the most part, people see marriage for the perks it offers. Whereas marriage is definitely something that speaks to the responsibilities that each person holds towards each other, right? All of the romance and gifting and the sex in the marriage, all that good stuff, those are like the perks, right?
Yes.
But ultimately, you get to receive and exchange those things because of the responsibilities that you have towards each other or for each other,
Exactly.
right? And I think that's the part that's missing, that people don't understand that you're signing up to be responsible in a certain capacity for someone else.
Yes.
And it's not that a man is just signing up to be responsible for a woman in a certain capacity. It is that the woman is also signing up to be responsible for that man,
Yes.
right? And I think today we see a lot of people falling short. And it's not just one group that's falling short for the other group, right? It's both groups who are failing each other.
Yes.
And I think it's ultimately that we don't understand the responsibilities when we're walking into these relationships, or as we're trying to approach to get to what we see as that end prize, right?
Exactly.
As you're dating somebody, you ultimately feel like you're dating them to get to marriage.
Should be.
You should be.
Yes.
But then you have this false idea of what the marriage is, right? So yeah, it just becomes a really bizarre concept. Let's explore the responsibilities.
Which people fail to really look at, because again, you're so used to looking at the society's version of marriages that it's easy. We know it's not easy. It's an adjustment. You have to adjust every day, because every day is a different day. Situations come up. You deal with emotion. Everybody's emotion. The man's emotion. The woman's emotion. Sometimes, you wake up some days. I'm gonna use this as an extreme example. Like there's some days that, you may hate your wife so much that you get up and you'll get a mirror and stick it on her nose and say, God damn, she's still breathing. Like, fuck, she's still here for another day. And you get out the bed, take a shower, go work.
Yep.
Because at that moment, whatever the reason, you felt that way. But that's a temporary feeling.
Yep.
And
you're still liable for her.
Still liable.
You know that's your response. You are responsible for her.
Yes,
you still get up and you still provide.
Yes,
right?
you do.
Because you understand your role there.
Exactly.
Right? You make sure that she's well provided for in every capacity that is your response. That's your role.
There
right?
you go.
Whether, in that sense, when you reference you going to work, most of the times most men, as head of household, you're going to work to provide the income in the house as well as the health insurance, right?
Exactly.
So you're definitely responsible for the woman in that capacity.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
When you marry someone, you're taking them away from their father, so to speak, right?
Yes.
So now you're the...
you're the new daddy.
You're the protector.
Yes, you are.
And you're swearing that to the person who technically is giving the child away, the woman away, right? No longer a child, this woman. You're saying that you're responsible for her protection now.
Yes.
And that the father does not have to worry, and he can entrust this responsibility that he has absolutely been responsible for all these years. He can now entrust that into your arms. So even on days where, you can't stand me, right? I've been getting on your nerves all week.
Oh, God, yes. All week.
Food been mediocre.
Yes.
Oversalted the food twice this week. I mean, I'm tired. You know, run down, tired of the kids getting on my nerves. Gotta keep going, this place and that place.
Yes.
Stick your damn mirror up underneath my face. Yeah, I'm still breathing. Yes, I'm still here. Yes.
Yep, you're still here. You're still here. Still breathing.
And absolutely, you continue in your responsibility to keep me protected, to keep me well provided for, because you have understood the role that you've walked into.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's the part that people don't understand. You're going to have feelings like that. Maybe not that extreme, but you have a job to do.
Right.
That your job is to make sure that you take care of your partner, who you're in this as a unit.
Yes.
And no matter what, we're going to take care of each other. We're going to do what we need to do, and we're going to handle our business. And the other thing I want to be clear about is this whole 50-50 thing people talk about in marriage.
Ooh.
It's never 50-50. Because, again, some days I may have to give 100.
Yeah.
And you'll have nothing to give. And there's going to be some days I have nothing and you have 100. So it fluctuates. It go back and forth. So you have to understand, you can't say, well, I gave my 50 and where your 50 at.
I did. And I'm tired now.
There you
right?
go.
And it's a season for everything, right?
Exactly.
Yeah, because you might have to give 100% for quite some time. And it might tear you up. Right?
You be so tired. You be so worn out. But you say, you know what? It's for us. It's not for me.
Yep.
It's for us. It's for
It's
the
for
babies.
us.
It's for what we're trying to accomplish. So this get over your feelings of like, I've been doing it for 6 months. When is she gonna pick up her part? Well,
Yeah.
maybe it's not that time to pick up
Oh,
her
I've
part.
been doing this for 12 months.
Ah,
When you gonna jump in?
exactly.
There's always that burden of how long do I have to kind of bear this weight, right?
Yeah.
And it can be felt by either person in the relationship, right?
Absolutely.
But ultimately, the idea of 50-50 makes us believe that you're not supposed to be doing as much as you're doing. Where, just like
Yeah.
you said, sometimes it's not going to be 50-50. It's going to be you 100%, and that person may just be given 0.
Exactly.
And it might go on for quite some time.
This is so true because the other thing about marriage people fail to realize is there's all kinds of components with it. There's the financial part of it, there's the emotional part, and there's the health part of it.
Yes.
So let's say that your partner going through some things health wise that may just develop and they can't give it.
Yeah.
So you as a partner have to be there
Yes.
to help her. You
Yes.
you just can't say, well, I don't know what's wrong with her. She can't get up to bed. I don't know
Yep.
what's gonna happen with the food and stuff because I'm hungry.
Yep.
I know she got to figure it out.
Yep.
At that point, you say, you know what? I got to fix food for both of us because
Yes.
I know she can't physically do it because health wise she's going through some things. So that means in the marriage you can't be selfish. And people have to understand that. They think that it's about her and me. It's about us.
It is about us.
And you have to understand that.
And what you say before is for us to get to a certain place, right?
Yes.
So a few shows ago, we spoke about planning to get to somewhere, right? Making sure that you write down where you're trying to go.
Yes.
Because what you can end up doing is doing too much. Feeling like you're giving so much of yourself. I give so much of myself. And then you don't have nothing to show for it in the end. You didn't do enough.
That's true.
Well, the same thing in the marriage. If you haven't defined where y'all are trying to get to, then you may feel like you're just giving yourself to nothing inside of the relationship.
Absolutely.
How do you know which way you're going with it?
That's true.
So you technically need to define where you're trying to go inside of the marriage in order to accurately say, are we staying on track here? What is the end goal and what are we trying to get to? Because like you said, stuff like that going to come out.
It's true, and it's all about communication. That is the key for any relationship, but particularly in a marriage. Communication is key.
Yeah.
Because if you sit there and don't say anything, I don't say anything, and we're not mind readers. That's the other thing. When you get married, you can't say all of a sudden we can read each other's minds. We understand the pain or issues you're going through. That means you have to have a conversation. It may be an uncomfortable conversation, and if you can't have an uncomfortable conversation with your partner, with your partner in crime, your unit, then what the hell you get married for?
Because one of those things that you should have defined, right, that you want to get to is to be able to enjoy your partner for a lifetime,
Yes.
right?
Yes.
That doesn't cost any money.
Nope.
That's one of the easiest things to strive to, right?
Exactly.
And communication is the one thing that's going to get you right to where you should want to go. You shouldn't
Exactly.
try to pour into someone and the end game or the end goal is that you don't enjoy that person or you can't be real with that person.
They should see you at your best, at your absolute worst, because that's what you signed up for. You didn't say I do just for shits and giggles. You said I do because I'm willing to spend the rest of my life with you and go through this journey with you. Good, bad,
Yes.
rich, poor, sickness, health. That's what I signed up for.
Yes.
So at least I should be able to come to you and talk to you about things that are going on. Things that may be, I don't know, maybe skewed. Maybe somehow on the way I didn't communicate something to you and I know things are working a certain way. We should be able to talk about it.
Yes.
And not feel like, oh, damn, I got to talk about this. I don't know how she going to take it. Well, the same way you would take it if she has to say something to you. You have to take it because that's how she feels.
Yes.
And you can't discount feelings. That's the other thing is when you're married, you can't say, well, how you feel this way? It doesn't matter how she feels. She feels this way. And she's going to tell you why. You just need to listen. That's the other thing about marriage. You have to listen.
It's your responsibility to listen.
Exactly.
Take care of each other's mental health.
Oh, God, yes.
I think the one thing that happened that we saw with the Jada and Will Smith situation is that a lot of people spoke to Jada not calming Will's storm, so to speak, right? And when someone references calming someone's storm, I'm going to assume we're speaking to their mental space, right?
Exactly. Okay.
For both sides, male and female.
Exactly.
Right, we both have a certain responsibility to each other to make sure that mentally we're providing for them stimulation and peace, right?
Yes.
You don't want to be in a relationship with someone who you can't talk to and have a stimulating conversation
hell no.
with.
That's a roommate.
Yeah.
You know, you definitely would.
What's the point of that?
Yeah, and my thing is, if that was the kind of relationship you had before you got married, why do you think it's going to change when you get married? And that's the other thing people need to realize. I don't know why people, and they talk about the marriage rate is divorce rate is 50%. And that's a whole lot of different causes. But in particular, I think a lot of people think that if I get married, this person will change. Like maybe if you become more committed. Maybe if I commit, maybe the person she is, I could change that and make her who I want her to be. But once you know I'm committed to her, then she'll change for me. That's the dumbest thing I've ever heard. Because what you see is pretty much what you get.
Yeah.
So by marrying her, by being more committed to her, it's not going to make her change. She is who she is. If she wasn't cooking before you got married, don't think, oh, she's going to get married, we're going to cook. She's going to still say, we're still eating out. You're like, damn, I thought you were going to change because, you know, I like cooking. I like eating at home. Well, what made you think she was going to change because she got married? Did she tell you she's going to change?
Yeah.
Or did you think you putting a ring on her finger was going to make her change?
Like in exchange for a type of thing.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So you have to understand that's not the case.
I think that's ultimately people understanding the difference between evolving with a partner and you trying to change someone. Right?
Exactly.
Because they're not the same.
No.
Naturally, people are changing, right? But I change. You change. If you and I are together, then the us part also has to change.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
Not you changing for me or me changing for you, because I'm going to change independent of you.
And you have to.
Yes.
I expect you to.
Yes.
I wouldn't want anyone to marry someone and say, you're going to change for me. I want you to change for yourself.
Yes.
Because again, God forbid something happens. And you're like, oh, I changed for him and he gone, whether I left or whether I passed away or whatever. You still have to live with yourself.
Yeah.
And you got to be happy with yourself.
Now I have to find myself.
Now you have to find yourself, which goes back to Will and Jada. If everybody has a trigger. If she saw that what was about to happen, that her husband's about to react to a situation, most women would reach out, put her hands on his legs, say, hey,
Very
baby.
subtle. Very subtle.
And wouldn't you just put his hand on his legs and say, not the time. And as a guy, as a husband, you're like, okay, you're right. She know I'm about to go over this line. I'm about to be brakes off this dude. So I'm going to calm it down. Same thing if the wife gets hot.
Yep.
Baby, not worth it.
Because it's something discreet.
Yes.
It calms. We calm each other. Just a simple touch. Like,
Very
baby,
simple.
I see you. I see exactly what's happening too. But you know what? Not today. They don't get the power over us.
There you go. You're protecting each other. And that's part of marriage. You have to protect each other.
Yep.
Sometimes you can protect each other from yourself. You got to protect each other from your own actions sometimes.
You
because
do.
sometimes you want to just beat somebody's ass, but you need somebody to say, no.
Calm
as
the
you said,
storm.
it's
Calm
not
the
the time.
storm.
And that all of that, and that's part of that whole ball, that whole myriad of things that go into a marriage. I mean, it's not just one thing. It's like a puzzle. Marriage is basically a puzzle. It's different things that make that picture. It's not one thing.
Absolutely not.
And you have to understand that as you grow in this marriage, things are going to come out that you didn't know. Because again, in the beginning, it's a courtship. You know, I want to see you at your best. You're gonna see me at my best. You know, you're always gonna smell good. I'm always gonna smell good. We're gonna look good. And then we get married. Then you let that down. Also, I'm gonna see you in the moo. I'm gonna see you with your hair that ain't looking so good.
Yep.
The makeup is gone and all that stuff. But
My
that's who
girdle's
you are.
off. Yeah.
Yeah, girdles off.
Yeah, Spanx off. Yeah, no, I'm not wearing those no more. I'm tired.
All that. You got
I
man
did that.
boobs hanging out and everything.
Yeah.
You got all that
Wow,
stuff.
you're hilarious.
You got all that
Do
stuff. It's
that.
like you didn't see the man
Everything
boobs first.
hanging
Chris
out.
had that tight ass shirt
Yeah.
on, but now
Yeah, you did.
man boobs out here
Yeah,
now.
thank you.
So,
Because it got to come out at some point.
it's got to, because again, this is who I am. This is after all that fluff and pomp and circumstance. This is who you're marrying.
Yeah.
This is me physically. This is me mentally, and I am who I am. I have to lay myself wide open for you, and accept me for who I am. I accept you for who you are, and let's move forward to make each other better. This help each other become better people.
And that's it right there in a nutshell, right?
Mm-hmm.
How do we move forward to make each other better?
Yeah, I think a lot of people have a real false sense of what the work it takes to even be in a relationship, let alone marriage. Because the relationship part you should be weeding all that stuff out, especially if you know this is the person that maybe you may want to marry. You want to weed all that stuff, have these conversations early, and really realistically look at this to say, hey, here's where we are. Listen, you got bad credit. I got great credit.
Okay.
And we're trying to do some things. Now I realize, hey, you're going to be the one I'm going to marry. I'm going to want. I can see us getting there. My duty now is not to say, damn, she got bad credit. I don't know how we're going to get things because that means they're all going to fall on me and blah, blah, blah. At that point, I'm like, you know what? What is it going to take what we need to do to get your credit up to speed, to help you get to where you need to get to?
Yep.
So let's take the time to do it. I'm going to help you.
Yep.
Because I know you're working your butt off. You're only making so much money, and you'll never do it unless
You're
I
taught
help you.
to do it.
Exactly.
Somebody has to teach somebody the things that were not taught along the way in order for us to get to where we need to go.
Absolutely.
Right?
Absolutely.
So somebody identifies a shortcoming, right? So the man identifies, oh, she got bad credit. That means she needs education on credit. If he
Yes.
can provide that education, then he'll provide it himself. If not, then we're going to outsource that, right?
Exactly.
And if that's something that can be worked on, right? Because again, those are habits when we're referencing credit. It's not just like, oh, fix your credit. Nah, that's the real life. Those are your habits.
Yep.
And if over a year or two, our habits grow with us and we get better, then, that's a green light. Go forward.
Absolutely.
Right? And
Absolutely.
but that's what you would want. It's like a guy going on a muscle building journey, right? And your girl's like, oh, would you like me to meal prep your lunches for you? Type of like, oh,
Yes.
green light, let's go.
Yes.
Okay, I see
Support
you.
me.
Yeah, it's
Supporting
just
me.
the support along the way to make each other better, not to do it for them, because he could indeed pay off the things that you didn't pay off on your credit. You know what I'm saying? Put you onto his accounts. And look out for how you spend your money and basically put you on a budget, and that'd be the end of it.
Exactly.
But instead, he would educate you
Yes.
so that we can go forward with the information that we need to make proper moves here.
That is so
Right?
damn true. Yes. That's what it's about. It's not giving you the fish, it's to show you how to fish.
Yeah.
Because if I keep giving you a fish, you'll never learn.
And what happens to you when something happens to you?
Thank you.
Somebody's got to keep this thing going
Yes.
in the pinches.
Yeah, because it's going to be rough times. Trust me, we know. It's going to be some times you sitting there like, damn, where's the next dollar coming from? Or how are we going to do this and how are we going to do that? We're going to work it out. But
Sometimes because you can overextend your household. It doesn't matter
Yep.
how much money you bring in.
that is true.
If you sign up for too much stuff, you didn't make it
That's
to
true.
the end, and it's always going to be a situation where, somebody's falling ill, something happened, this paycheck is late, that money got messed up here, car needed to be repaired there. Times will always challenge you.
This is so true.
Right?
So true.
And how you two are prepared for life's challenges, because the job is for you all to go through these challenges together. If you're signing up for sunny days only, it's not the thing for you.
Right?
Don't
even do it. Don't even attempt it. It's like, don't try this at home. Somebody's about to eat fire and you said, don't try this at home. You said, don't try it, because if you think you're going to be able to do it, you won't be able to do it, because
you won't.
You
it's
can't.
Like you're okay with going through the fire with certain people. And you remember as a kid, you would go through the fire with certain cousins and siblings, right? In other words, y'all would do shit together. Y'all get spanked together.
Yep. Two peas in a pod. Yep.
Yeah, and y'all be okay with watching each other get embarrassed type of thing. You'd be okay with watching each other kind of holding you got lashed up, so you like, but you wouldn't be okay with just letting any of your body see you like that.
Oh, no.
Right?
No.
The guy that you were crushing on as a kid, you wouldn't want him to see you getting snatched up and, popped by your mom, so to speak. So when you're in a marriage, you have to understand that now, as opposed to being your cousins or your siblings who's going to see you very, very vulnerable.
Exactly. Right? Yes.
Like, imagine how, like, for women, how your siblings just walking on the bathroom on you.
Yes.
It doesn't matter what you're doing in that bathroom.
Nope.
Okay?
No.
I was in the shower one day. Okay? Growing up.
Okay.
My older sister came in the bathroom. Got in the shower. Told me to move out of her way. She had to go. Okay?
In the
she
shower?
She was halfway sudsed up. Washing up. Okay?
What?
Rinsed off. And got out the shower and I was still in there.
Like you ain't in there.
Like I ain't even in there.
Damn.
Y'all gonna get real.
God damn.
So you redefining who you're about to get real close and who's gonna see you. I mean, you want somebody to see you at your best and you walking down that aisle and you're flying that dress and baby, all eyes are on you. Lights, camera, action.
All on you. All.
I mean, you got that girdle is snatched, dress in line, contoured face highlighted up, baby, hair weave on fleek.
Breasts is all popped up.
In your neck. Boobs in your neck, okay? They not sitting up, they sitting up, okay?
Yes.
You're doing it.
Yes,
Hips is going. Oh, you enjoying that, baby, he done seen you at your best. You're looking marvelous. Lashes going and all that.
Oh,
okay?
Yes.
That high up, you better be prepared for him to see you all the way down also.
Yes.
And if you can't allow him to see you that far down, yeah, I mean, what are you doing it for?
What are you doing it for?
And who else is going to see you down there? Hope it ain't just your homegirl.
Oh.
Hope it ain't your homegirl.
God damn.
Hope it ain't your homegirl.
You know what? But a lot of that's damn. That's
true. If you're more vulnerable with your girls than you are with your man.
Oh.
Because I hope this not a man thing.
I hope not either.
I mean, it just can't be a man thing. But if a man is more vulnerable with a friend.
Yeah, and for
it
guys,
could be a friend.
It's got to be a friend who you known for a while, who you've seen you and all that. Yeah, that dude.
But if you're more vulnerable with your like your men, like your homeboys know your sexual fantasies and your wife don't.
And why is that? Oh Lord!
You know what I'm saying?
No.
Like you hold back your sexual appetite from your wife, but you reveal it to your homeboys.
God damn.
You know what I'm saying? Like, you're not ready to get vulnerable.
But you're vulnerable with your boy?
What is you doing it for? What you showing up to the table for? And same thing with women. Like, your man he still don't know your sexual appetite? Because that can be a thing for women.
That is very true. And again, you have to... And you're going to have to be open to letting him know these things. You may have a foot fetish. Who knows? But again, you have to let him know that. 'Cause now the other
be
thing is, you do have a foot fetish. You got to take care of your damn toes. You can't have your feet look like some scales, like on some damn fish, and talk about gut. I need to suck my toes. Suck shit. You better take that shit and get that shit sandblasted or shot or something, scaled or something.
For all the people who love their toes, make sure they're taken care of.
Yes.
Wow.
Yeah, don't do that. Talking about some shit. You got toe jam going on. No, nobody want that shit. No. So, but we're open to that. We're gonna be open to that because that's what makes you happy. It may not be our thing, but hey, if that's something you enjoy, hey, I'm gonna do what I gotta do.
What's not your thing may not be your thing because you're not familiar with it.
Exactly.
For both parties, right?
There you go.
Yeah.
I may have been a Mormon. I may have been, very protected. I may have just been, all about the missionary, and I don't know nothing else. So all I do is every time I do it, I pray to the Lord, make sure everything works out well. You may be the one that just be out there doing any old damn thing. Toys, whips, chains, choking, all that stuff. Now, I may be coming from my little missionary part, don't understand that, but I'm going to be open enough to say, you know what? Never even thought it even existed.
Yeah.
But I'm open to doing it. And who knows?
Or stay or go with the Mormon.
Hey, depends. You may not have done that before.
And you may not want to. And be vulnerable enough to say, I don't want to explore that, but be okay to stay with someone who accepts you for who you are.
There you go. Be open to someone that may not flow like you flow, but then you're like, okay, it's not a deal breaker. They just don't feel that way. It's okay, that's cool and dandy. But here's the biggest thing. When you're married, don't put anybody in your fucking marriage. I'm going to say this to you. Work that shit out with yourselves. Don't ask your mama. Don't ask your damn daddy, your grandparents, your sister, none of them, aunties, nobody. Work that shit out yourselves. Because only the two people involved know the whole situation. Because what's going to happen, if you get other people involved, you're only going to tell them what you want them to know. You're not going to be honest enough to tell them, mama, you know what, she ain't cooking, she ain't doing this, she ain't doing this. But you ain't saying that you ain't buying the food, you ain't doing all that because you want to look good.
I'm scratching my head.
Yeah, because
I'm
this
the person
people
that people tell me I'm sorry.
Well, see, here's the thing. For me, unless there's something, no, I can't think. I'm trying to think of a reason I would want to tell my parents of what's going on. No,
I'm not telling my parents. People call me because they know.
Okay.
And there's a few that I'll allow it, right?
Okay.
Because some you have like, nah, but I'm not taking your information because you're giving me your energy too, also, right? When people
so they're just trying to tell you their side, or they're trying to ask you for stuff?
No, people will always only present their side.
Oh, always.
Because their side is the only side that they're experiencing.
Exactly.
So they can't pick up the phone and say, girl, let me tell you how my man is feeling when I'm doing this to him. They could never do that.
Nope.
So they pick up the phone, and first of all, these are my folks. These are my fellas. If I'm close to her, I'm close to him too.
Yep.
And also, I known you for all your life. And
you didn't know him that way.
Yeah.
You didn't know it. You knew him based on how he presented himself. But she bringing up stuff to you that you never. Well, why would you know? Because
over the years, you get to know them.
Mm-hmm.
And a lot of times, your girls are wrong. And they're going to keep on calling on you because you keep on checking them.
Oh.
Reading in between those lines. Telling you what you didn't tell me. The stuff that you've left out.
Oh, okay.
Because if you did this, then that means he must have did this, but he probably did this because you did that. Right?
So
some of us are able to read in between the lines.
But see, you're the type of person who won't, after you had that conversation, go on YouTube or IG or, girl, such just told me that such doing this. You're not that type of person. But see, that's the key. You got to know who these people are. If you're going to do that, you probably need to know that they're
we're
tight.
really close.
Yeah, you're
these are my close-knit people. That's what I'm saying. And again, someone like me who's not going to run with your information, if I'm not going to be that person for you, I wouldn't take your information. Like, you girl, I can't really talk right now. And I gotta, yeah. And you would
Good.
eventually understand that you not calling me up, feeding me that information,
See,
because that's not for me.
see, and that's a blessing because you're you're probably 10% of the people of the good people. The other
Yeah.
90% just want to hear drama, just want to call some shit because
And
they ain't
that's
happy.
and that's why so many people say don't share your business.
Yep.
Especially if you're inside of a marriage, because people do just want your drama just to feed off of, because they ain't got nothing else going on in their life. So
Nothing.
if you've identified someone who you can be real with and who's going to be real right back with you, don't ever divulge all of yourself and all of
No.
what's going on, right? And for
No.
that reason, I can always know and understand that you're never giving me all of the story, because you shouldn't be, right?
No.
But if you can't find someone to talk to about life, you better be journaling or seeking out therapy.
You have to.
Yeah.
You have to because you talking about is not going to make the situation better.
No.
It's going to change
And
it.
normally there's certain checks and balances to put in place to get the things that you want out of people, right?
Absolutely.
And if you don't create such checks and balances, and you always find yourself at a wall, and like we said earlier, you've defined where you're trying to get to, that's a conversation right there in itself. Hey, hun. You know, we got married. When we started down this relationship, we said we're trying to get to here.
Yes.
You come to a roadblock.
And you're going to have plenty of roadblocks, plenty of ups and downs. And that's the other thing. The road to your success, whatever that is in the marriage, is not going to be up. It's going to be windy. It's going to go down. It's going to come up. It's going to go through some potholes. It's going to go through some stuff. It's not going to be easy.
Because life's not going to be easy.
No.
What normally happens is you experience a roller coaster ride through work, the male and the female. You experience a roller coaster ride. For most people, the most minimal health roller coaster ride would be the pregnancy and the baby, right?
Oh, Lord, yes.
And we hope that that's the only, medical type of roller coaster ride you have. But in between there can be mental situations.
Easily.
There can just be regular, car accidents. You got hurt. You came down with something. There was an ick. But there can always be some type of health strain on the
Absolutely.
relationship. So you got the job strain. You had the health strain. There's just all these different strains that can be put on the relationship that create that roller coaster. Deaths in the family,
Yes.
interactions with the family in general,
Absolutely.
infidelities, just relationships with the marriage, right? And with each other
Yep.
as you go around and about, can tend to strain the marriage.
Exactly. And you always have those obstacles. And the other thing is temptation. Temptation, which is so funny, because when you get married, some guys, not all, a lot of guys are like, I'm married, I'm in this committed relationship, and do I still got it? Can I still, some woman approaches you, and you're like, damn, I still got it. She hollering at me, and so we're gonna be women are tempted also, because you have guys coming after you, even though you are married. Some people don't give a shit. They're like, you know what? If I want to holler at you, I'm gonna holler at you. But as guys, temptation will always come, and then that's when you say, listen, I'm gonna always have people come after me, try to test you. You gotta realize you're in a relationship. Your relationship is stronger than any temptation that's gonna happen out there, because temptation is always gonna happen.
Yeah, it's always going to be there. And it's going
Always.
to be there at every age you're
Yep.
in. And so the whole idea and notion that you're going to get something out of your system by a certain age,
Yeah.
it's a false concept. Either you're full or whole off of the situations that you've put yourself in, meaning if you've signed up to be in a monogamous situation with a woman, then you're full and whole off of that monogamous situation. If
Exactly.
you said, no, I want to be in a situation where I'm dating, then hopefully, you're full and whole off of the situations that you put yourself into, but only you can choose,
Yep.
what's going to fill you. And then you got to move accordingly for you.
You have to, because and a lot of people. That's why that 50% is always is high, because along the way, you thought that I could do this and not have any repercussions,
Yeah.
or I can play around. How's she gonna know? Ain't I need to do a little something. I ain't even think about that because I'm home with this person. Well, what you've done is you already broken the trust, and when you break the trust that you two agreed upon when you got married. Some people can't bounce back from that because you broke it. It's shattered in some people's cases. Some cases people work it out. Some cases they don't. So you have to ask yourself, is this temptation worth upsetting my happy goddamn home? Is this new pussy worth messing my goddamn home or this relationship? Because think about it. This chick that you messing with, she probably don't give a shit. She probably say, hey, look, this probably kicks for her. You like, oh, something kicks for me. But then those kicks could go wrong, and next thing you know.
Yeah, it's a reason why we attach money to men. Right? Because it's a proper attachment. I need you for it. That's how you provide for me. And so if I'm dealing with you on any capacity, there's always a chance that you could either be my provider or my man. Everything in one, right?
That's true.
And so for the man who's involved with the girl who's not her wife, not his wife, it is a gamble, because the woman can claim that she doesn't want him and, we're just having a fling because she could definitely be in the know, not fall in love, all that good stuff. But you don't know how she truly is feeling, because she has a human feeling, and it is a woman feeling, right?
There you go. Yep.
Which we are programmed totally different than the man. And so to put your household, your empire, in such a risque space, you leave anything with her.
Yep.
And it's going to become a problem.
A big problem.
Yep.
And if you mess around and leave her with a kid, which has happened.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
It's a wrap. Because, unless I can't say it's a wrap. You're going to have a very, very difficult time with your wife.
Yeah, but it is a wrap, though, because what ends up happening is you left the kid there, and now you've left your money there. And now the men of today, they're angry and disgruntled. They don't even understand why they have to send their money back to a home and place and space that they're not receiving any love from. That we're a place they can't even lay their head at.
Hey.
It's like, how don't you comprehend that?
Decisions, is repercussions of the decisions that you made, which means you have to man up and say, I fucked up.
Yeah.
And this is why I'm in the situation I'm in right now.
And this is how much it's going to cost me.
It's going to cost you.
And the price is so massive because, like, what it is. Yes. You didn't honor the deal. You didn't handle your situation. You took your dollar signs are attached to your sperm at this point.
Yep, it's just gonna swim away with her.
Yeah,
it's gonna go right over with the other one.
And if you don't understand that, and you act in any old type of way, who's sending you a pity party?
Nobody. First of all, you decided to sign up to get married.
You did.
You signed up for that hook, line, sinker.
For whatever reason, for it to have served you on, right? See, you can walk into this situation for any reason you choose to. But all the things that we've mentioned before, those responsibilities, they're still present.
Yes.
Now, whether you're able to live up to them or not is going to make it to whether you have a hard bed or a soft one.
Yes.
Right?
That's the truth. I mean, and again, it's very easy to lay in a hard bed because, again, and that's the difference between.
No, it's easy to make the hard bed.
Yeah, but if you got land, you got to learn how
Y'all
to love it.
laying it, y'all act up, and then y'all leave. And then, because you see, nobody wants to take out the stuff that made the bed hard. That's too much work.
It is.
Yeah, so y'all never quite get comfortable laying in that hard bed. Y'all look at it, complain, try to get in it, out. Shit hurt.
My back.
Yeah, I can't stay here. She don't never clean up. She don't cook enough. She do this. She don't do that. And then you want to leave. That's our bad. We made this bed. And now you saying this bed is uncomfortable? My dear, I know. I've noticed. I lay in it as well. But you want to go play with temptation.
Oh.
And make the bed harder.
And you know what? that's the difference between boys and men. Mm-hmm. And the level of manhood, which we're going to discuss probably later on.
I feel like that's the reason why I wanted to speak about like what actually is, why we get married. Mm-hmm. Because people want to talk about the divorce rate all day. Yep. And we can all talk about why people get divorced, who's not doing what. But I think ultimately, when we talk about the age group that we define a man as being 18 or even 21, mm-hmm. and men of today would say, no, I didn't grow up until I was 40. Mm-hmm. I wasn't a real man until I was 50. Mm-hmm. And they've all been married before then. How could we say that the divorce rate is because of anything that's happening inside of the marriage? It really sounds like the divorce rate is happening because we have immaturity walking into a marriage. And not to say, we're fools walking into these marriages, but it's to say that we don't know the expectations and responsibilities mm-hmm. that we're signing up for. True. And so when a man doesn't know that he's signing up to be this provider, and a woman could possibly bring 0% to the table for a year or two, and mm-hmm. he's feeling overused and beat up and burdened, mm-hmm. Yep. Of course he will want to jump ship because he doesn't know. To him, he thinks that this is bad, like an ill treatment.
Yes. You
right?
treat me bad.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Or for the woman.
Yes.
To feel overused for or overworked for whatever's happening inside the marriage. If in her head she feels like she's not being treated properly because the world told her that you weren't supposed to be treated like that. Mm-hmm. But the reality of it is that, yes, that can occur.
Yes.
And that is normal. Mm-hmm. And just hold on for a little bit longer.
And it's going to get better.
Yeah.
It's going to get a lot better.
Not if you do nothing, but if you continue to work. And yes, it can be a long road to work on. Remember, you signing up for forever.
Yes, not a couple weeks, not a couple years.
No. I think that's technically where we kind of see the divorce rate at, is because so many people walking in, and not that they're walking in young, mm-hmm. right? Because we're seeing it's synonymous, right?
Exactly.
Just young and just not knowing, right? Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. You can be an older person who just didn't know.
We see it all the time.
And we see it all the time. You walk into the marriage is lasting 18 months. If that long.
If that long.
Yeah. And so it seems that we just don't know and understand what really those roles and responsibilities that we're signing up for when we're saying, oh, I can't wait to walk down that aisle. When we have those notebooks and we're planning these weddings years before we even find the guy to be
years
married.
Before.
Well, I'm telling you, decades even, some of us.
Yes.
Before we even find the guy, we just don't know. Exactly the capacity of what it is that we're signing up for when it's time to say, I do, especially when we talk about the single family households. How many people came up in those?
A lot.
Yeah.
A lot of people have come up
so
in
you
that.
Don't even know what it means to be providing for the opposite sex. the men who have been taken care of in a household by a woman, where the woman is dominant at, where there was just an absence of a male. Do you even now know your role in a space where a man and a woman are now coming together to get to an end goal?
That's true. And how would you learn that? If you're a male and you were raised by a single mom, and you didn't have an uncle or any male role model.
Yeah.
Then how would you learn?
Yeah. But you're signing up to marry someone because you did learn from watching TV and listening to the songs that love ended in marriage.
Yes.
But you didn't learn anything other than what the TV and the music told you.
Exactly. And they never understood that love evolves. Love changes. Love, the reality. When you first get married, there's a love there that you just love everything about the person. As you go down this road, you still love them, but it evolves.
Yeah.
It becomes different.
Matured.
Yes.
It's like a wine.
Aging like fine wine.
Absolutely.
Exactly.
At least it should be.
Should be.
At least it should be.
Yes.
One of our earlier podcasts, we spoke about how people can divorce after 20 years of being together, right? And it's because the aging process, baby, by the time you got to 20 years or 25 years, the shit was sour.
Yeah. It's like almost it's like get them going to work.
Yeah, because you just got up and you went through the motions. You didn't do the work.
Yep.
You forgot to enjoy each other. When we see people who get married, tell people all the time, girl, y'all make sure y'all take care of each other. Hey, you make sure you take care of her. Hey, y'all take good care of each other. And one day I sat back, I said, dude, damn. I mean, this was recent. I just did a wedding. Man. I looked at that girl, and before I left, I said, listen, y'all make sure y'all take real good care of each other.
Wow.
I got home, I sat back, reflected. I said, damn, Tamara, but does she even know what that means?
Damn.
To take care of each other. Does she know what that really means?
Wow. That's never thought about that, but you're right. Some people don't know what that means. It could be, make sure I feed them, make sure that, I'm there with them, I take care of them, but not realizing.
Make sure you give him his space. Make sure you take care of his mental, because we always talk about that. But people don't realize that the way we engage each other can either destroy our mental space or make sure we're thriving there, right?
That is so damn true. So true.
Because if every day, we go back to the guy who was in here talking about, y'all women don't make it so a man come home to a comfortable house no more. I said, damn. He hurt. He mad.
Wow.
But the reality of it is, you do need to be able to come home into a home and space that's comfortable.
Yes.
And if every time you come home, I need something from the grocery store.
Yes.
Right?
Yep.
Or the house is dirty.
Mm-hmm.
Or you bombarded by a bunch of stuff at the door, or the kids, the dog, everybody. Like they doing more than saying hello. Like, I had mentioned this the other day. We weren't even allowed to do a whole lot when my father came through the door. Like, I feel like my mother programmed us so early in life that by the time we was older, we was accustomed to it. You let your dad come in and you say, hey, Dad, you can run up and give him a hug and a kiss, because we girls, we run up.
Yeah.
And me, I'm all long-legged. I just run, grab him, hold him, type of thing. But that's it. Now let him come in, take his boots off and, settle in type of thing. But absolutely, you know how to take care of them.
Yeah, and a lot of people go through what you just said. Some people are sitting outside that goddamn house when they come home and said, "Oh shit, I got to go in here. It's going to be some bills or something. Food ain't done. House dirty as hell. And I got to go in this raggedy, dirty some bitch, act like I really give a shit. Really, all I want to do is go in here, drink a beer, and go sleep.
Because the day for you is over. It's ended.
Yes.
And we have to respect each other's spaces, right?
This is very true.
A wind down routine.
Yes.
If you don't have a wind down routine, I don't want to know you in a few days.
No.
You know what I'm saying? You all revved up.
Oh God.
And the same thing for the woman. If you feel like every day when you come inside the house that you just feel like bombarded, the woman, you really gonna be able to see it on the woman.
she gonna let you know.
We gonna get the acting up.
Oh my God! Every day, and what's gonna happen is she gonna probably not say as much until one day it's gonna be and she
explosion.
Boom, all over the floor, and you be like, "Where this came from?" Well, if your dumb ass listen for those months, or weeks, or maybe even years, you can see it coming. You just didn't know that. Oh, the top is not gonna blow just yet.
Yeah.
But you see the top going. Blah, 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 blah.
Yeah.
And then it blows. Then you're surprised. I can't believe it blew.
Because you weren't taking care of her.
You weren't taking care of her. You wasn't handling your business.
You wasn't. You said, you know what? I'm going to ignore it because it's not that deep and I don't feel like it. Okay, not feel like it. Not feeling like it equals not taking care of her.
Yep.
Right?
That is very true because, again, you discarded her feelings. Just like you didn't want her to discard your feelings. See, that's the other thing. You have to look at each other's feelings. You can't say what she's saying or what she thinks isn't that bad. Well, if you reverse that and she said that about you, you'd be pissed off.
Yeah.
What do you mean? It don't mean that it hurt me. Well, put yourself in her shoe because that's what you're supposed to do. You're supposed to put yourself in her shoe and say, hey, why is she acting like this? Did you talk to her? Did you communicate? Or you just blew off? Because like, oh, you know, she always mad. Now, the other thing, a woman is never always mad.
Nope.
Because if she's pissed off, she's been pissed off for a long time.
To me, the weird part about it is I have this, like, I know it's incorrect, but I still feel like this. When relationships come to an end, it's normally the man's fault. And I am so sorry to say it, but I realize that's
Lord.
how I feel.
Oh.
That's how I feel because if we got to the point where we was in a relationship, right? There's so many boxes that you checked off on a year or two that you had to started doing something to make me like turn off some of those boxes in order for me to like start scrounging my face up and start acting a certain type of way. So I'm always weirded out when men say, you know, oh, well, now she act like this and she, you know, she act like, I'm just like, but how did she get like that? Because you didn't sign up to be like boyfriend and girlfriend with a bitch.
No.
Or somebody who don't enjoy like your friends.
Yeah.
Or you know, like all the crazy situations that we complain about that we're in. I'm just like,
what happened? What happened?
Something happened.
And you know, as guys, we're not into. Yeah, okay, here's the degrees, different levels of manhood. There's a level 3 manhood which you're aware, and that's the awareness. You're aware of how you feel. You're aware of how she feels. You're aware of the situation. A lot of guys don't. Some guys never reach level 3. Some guys get to level. Yeah, they never get to level 3.
Okay.
Some guys who get there, they understand, they see it, they make the change, they have the conversations. But if you're the woman who's unfortunate enough to deal with a guy who's still on level 1, which is you just realize, oh, I'm a man, she's a woman, she has feelings, and you're like, why aren't you at 3? It's probably because he hasn't emotionally developed that. And if you don't develop it as a guy, we don't understand because we're not there. Level 3 guys understand level 2 and level 1 guys because we hear, we talk to him, we understand. Oh, he ain't there yet, and you try to talk to him. For me, it's never about, man, boy, you don't know where you at. You may not know where you at. So it's my job as a level 3 guy to say, okay, man, have you ever looked at it from this point of view? Because the other thing is you don't want to test his manhood or say you're a man.
You don't want to test the manhood, but you want to offer a perspective shift.
I have to, because
Yeah.
for me being level 3, I have to. That's my job. My job is, I know a lot of guys ain't at level 3.
Yes.
So it's my job when I see guys at level 2, level 1, know that they're there. Oh, some guys may not even reach level 1 yet. So you said, damn, that's a lot of work.
Hopefully they're not dating.
Sometimes
You know
they
what I'm
are.
saying? Like they shouldn't even be dating at that level.
They shouldn't.
Come on, sir.
But they are, because again, you want to be in a relationship. You don't know how to handle a relationship, but
Yep.
you want to be in one.
Yep.
So then you have to be there and have the patience to understand that you have to talk to them. You can't say you less than. No, it's not about that. I want to make you better.
Yeah.
I want you to listen to me. I want you to learn, and you may not hear it at that point, but if I keep telling it to you over and over time I see you, you start to say, damn, every time you talk to me it's about blah, blah, blah. Well, I'm talking about blah, blah, blah because you're not there yet.
Yeah.
And I want you to be there. I want you to grasp the evolution of where you need to be and take it in.
Absolutely.
Because
And take
again,
it in.
you're
Yeah.
not going to be good for your wife. You're not going to be good for your kids. And you're not going to be good for yourself. Because along the way, it's again, I always say about guys when they keep stuff in. So you can't keep it in. Society says you can't keep, you can't show certain things. So you do other things. You use drugs. You drink alcohol. Whatever that is to release that. But that's not helpful for you.
Yes.
So you have to recognize.
You're going to plateau yourself out, and then you're going to be miserable, and then you're going to sit back and trying to figure out why are you miserable because you hadn't done the work on you.
Bingo.
Yeah.
So now I can't listen to you. I got my own problems.
Yeah.
I can't deal with.
Yeah.
And then I feel less than bringing my issues to you.
Or you feel less than because I'm telling you about your issues that you refuse to pay any mind to.
So now you attack my manhood.
Absolutely.
You're attacking
As
me
your helpmate.
as your helpmate.
As your helpmate.
Now you're an enemy.
Somehow I'm attacking your manhood by doing my job.
Trying to make you better.
Trying to make you better.
And doing constructive criticism.
Absolutely.
Rather than
And
just
feedback.
But you know what? That could be what your mama did. Now that goes back to if your mama was the one to raise you, what did she do? Did she attack you? Did she break down your manhood? Did she break down things that would have made you progress? Or did she retard your growth?
Yep.
And
Yep.
that's the things that in the back of your head, your subconscious, it's like she complained like my mama. Saying the same thing my mama said.
As opposed to feeling like she's taking care of me. Because that is
Exactly.
how you show someone a level of care. To
Yes.
make sure someone can properly take care of themselves. Because ultimately, we're both two independent people.
Adults,
Adults, absolutely.
not children. Adults.
No,
Yes.
absolutely. It's just that thing that goes a long way, and you can't reign as king and queen over your empire, and your king is childish or childlike. Your queen is childish or childlike. She feel like I don't bite my tongue for nobody. And that's the favorite phrases women like to say. So you out with your king, and you calling him your king, right? And shit hit the fan. And you boastful.
Yes.
King standing right next to you. But you got your mouth open somehow.
Yep.
And you trying to handle and regulate the situation, and King standing there like, oh, I wish he would just let me do my job. You know what he really said? I wish she would just let me take care of her.
There you go.
Because that right there,
Yes.
that's
Yes.
how you take care of her.
Yes.
You handle the situations of confrontation if you're there, right?
That's true. But if somehow your relationship has got so distorted, dysfunctional that now she says, damn, I got to stand up for both of us.
Or no, or you that hot-headed. Can't nobody tell you nothing. You don't bite your tongue for quote-unquote nobody.
And we hear that a lot.
We hear that a lot in today's society, I'm going to say in today's woman. And that thought process continues when they're out with their men. We see, I just saw it on YouTube. Man was in the store, his wife, sister, and another sister, maybe something like that. They had a situation with the receipt, went to check out. The man is there. The man is trying to lead the situation, telling them what to do. But because the man is calm, people people have a tendency to think that because you're calm and still, that means you're weak.
Yes.
Like, how is my stillness weak?
No.
How is me being, I'm seeing and got this whole situation,
Yes.
but it's a weakness because I'm the calmest? No. Be real careful of the still person in the room.
That, yep.
And that's how the men tend to be. Because if the men are acting erratic and all over the place, they're missing everything else that's going on.
Yes,
because
they
you're
are.
the one performing.
Yes.
If you're the one performing, you can't see anything going on.
No, you can't.
So the man tends to slow down,
Yes.
whereas the woman tends to rev up. We
Yes.
start talking fast, moving quick, neck, get
Yep.
the move
The
fast,
neck.
hand. You know, I already talk with my hands. You know, this get the going. If you got your nails going there, get the clanking. all
That is
up
so
in there.
true. Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
But we'll do this right next to the man
Oh yeah. Yes.
and
he's
think that
standing
we
there.
got to handle the whole situation.
And you don't.
And then you go home and we'll complain that you
Yep.
don't take care of me.
When you act a fool in the store.
But I wanted to take care of you. That's why I asked you to stop talking. Let me take care. And it's okay if you tried it, right? But when he
Yes.
went to correct you
Come on now.
and he's your lead
And you took the lead from him.
and you didn't follow your lead, you acted out of your place and out of order,
Oh.
and you want to complain about not being taken care of. So now your mental space starts to diminish, right? Because you acting outside of where you're supposed to be at. It happens on both sides.
You are not acting accordingly.
Yeah.
And,
And so now you start to add another stone to the bed. So now it's time to get into bed. Man, I mean, get this out of here. I mean,
why I got so many
it's
rocks
like
in the
crumbs
goddamn
in the bed.
Yes.
Sometimes it don't even have to be a whole rock. It can just be a little crumb.
That little crumb would bother you more than a rock.
Yeah. Because some choices that you make, you know, it just be a little, you left a little crumb in your bed. Okay. Keep your bed neat, fresh, tidy, and clean. And if you thought about life and the things that you did all day long, coming right back into the bed at night, you might move and groove different.
Yes. 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 And again, it's always changes. You're always evolving. So you have to always realize, you have to always take some time and look at what you're doing. Look at, am I acting the way I should be acting based on the situation? And then you adjust yourself accordingly. You have to look at yourself. That's part of being grown and part of being on that level of, I understand everything. I'm aware of everything.
And I understand my role.
Understanding your
Right.
role.
Because I don't want women to feel like they don't have to protect themselves when a man is not present, right? But you certainly shouldn't take on a protective role in the presence of the man.
You shouldn't. But what if you married a guy who just ain't that dude? What if you say, I married this guy and I know he ain't that dude? So now, but you willingly married him. You married him, that level one
Then
dude.
you really try not to boast more than this guy can handle. Because you're pivoting him in a situation that he really doesn't want to be pivoted in. Ultimately, we're just there for like the flair. But the person who has to handle our stuff is going to be, I don't care if you're about that life, if you're with the shits or not.
Yeah.
You're still going to have to handle her stuff.
You sure have to.
And so hopefully you're not barking up nobody's tree for him to handle, because ultimately he's still going to have to step up to the plate. So whether he's that guy or not, we cannot deny the roles that are like divinely put on us.
Exactly. And this is why we see this confusion of marriage, this commercialization of marriage, and the reality of marriage. It's two totally separate things.
And that's also why you see, I like how you use the word commercial to describe the marriages of today. It's like the idea of marriage, people think it has like evolved to where we have this concept, you just think the woman takes care of herself because today you have the working class woman and the man takes care of himself because, the man always been able to take care of himself. But you see today's man is screaming for traditional women.
Screaming.
Because the roles and responsibilities of each person and what you bring to the table inside the marriage, they were defined long before any of us showed ourselves here.
Yep.
To try to rewrite the story or try to say, oh, we should do it this way or we should do it that way, or, oh, I don't want to cook. I'm going to have the man to cook and I'm going to go out and work. Oh, that's cute. That's nice. But ultimately, you better understand that these roles and responsibilities need to be respected in order for you to thrive. You can get and survive in this marriage or in a relationship. Okay?
That's
and
true.
you cannot cook. And you cannot take care of her feelings, and you can make her not feel special, and you can toss your man out there to be fighting whoever want to be. But at the end of all of that, you would be in a relationship that is surviving in pure survival mode. And we're seeing it left and right.
All across the board.
Where people are real live signing up. The part is weird. Remember the draft, like a military draft, right?
Yeah.
Get your ass in here. Nobody asked you.
No.
They drafted you there. The weird part about today's relationships, they're not arranged.
No.
They ain't been forced into these. We're choosing to get into situations and choosing to be in survival mode. You know that if you go outside of this marriage and have sex with another woman and have a baby, that a possibility of you having a baby can occur.
Yes.
And it's going to make your bed hard. And yet you'll still choose to put your household in harm's way to snatch you into pure survival mode. You a woman. You know you overextend your household and keep your money tight.
Yep.
You going to keep the household tight. You and that man going to keep bumping heads because you keeping the household tight.
Exactly.
Because you insatiable. You can't be fulfilled with material things. You putting the household in survival mode.
Because you're trying to use money, a tangible thing, to handle intangible things you have yet to deal with. Emotionally, psychologically, mentally, whatever you want to call it.
For the man, same thing.
Yep, same exact thing.
Everybody can engage in bullshit the same way.
Yep.
Infidelity, excess material stuff, intimate, inappropriate emotional relationships, drugs, alcohol, whatever the vice may be.
Gambling, all that.
Whatever it is, right?
Yep.
Your choice.
It is.
But as an adult, going into that relationship, that these things that you bring are going to make the bed hard.
And because you are immature, immaturity causes all this. Because a mature person would say, why in the fuck would I want to mess up what I got going on?
Yeah.
Because I'm not mature enough to deal with my emotions.
Yeah.
I'm not, because I'm so soft emotionally that I need something to make me feel good about myself. I need something to make that's mine, so I can feel like I'm a man. If I hear people all the fucking time that keep saying I'm a man, real men never say I'm a man. Real men never even bring it up.
Yeah.
But when you hear, I can do what I do, I'm a man. Man can do what they want to do. You're not a man.
How many times you going to scream out you a man to me? Huh? I think I would know.
I would know, but I can tell you that you're not a man.
Yeah.
If you want to go there,
Yeah.
we can have that conversation.
Yeah.
And I'm not going to even blast you out in front of everybody.
No.
It's me and you. Bro, you know you're not a man. And
No.
I'm going to tell you
Normally,
why.
if I have somebody screaming at me that they're a man, I let them know they're in child mode. No, you're a child.
Yes.
And you need to get to adulthood. Because
Quickly.
real fast.
Because again,
this is dumb.
Very
And
dumb.
we need you out here. And
We
guess
need
what?
you.
You are worth more.
Yes.
You're worth more than what you're giving yourself.
Yes.
You want to scream to people that you're a man? We're waiting on it, sir.
Oh, did you just say that we're waiting?
Yeah. Oh. For all the men who think they men but they not, or they acting outside their manhood, get back in it.
Yes.
Because we prefer to see you in it. It actually looks more attractive on you.
It does, because you walk around with men clothes with a boy mentality.
Yeah.
It's just you're playing dress up.
Yeah. And why? Because we enjoy men. We enjoy having, stimulating conversations with the men. We let boys talk to and hang out with boys. But if you're a man and I'm thinking I'm engaging and talking to a man, and then all of a sudden I'm engaging and talking to a boy, that conversation is totally different. I'm telling you, please, I prefer not to talk to you anymore.
And that's what happens. Because again, my thing is as a man, I'm going to talk to you to make you think about what you're doing. I'm never going to tell you what you should do or why you should do it, but I'm going to tell you to think. Because if you think and you say, oh, wow, damn, I never thought about that before, that makes you want to make a change.
Yeah.
You have to be able to make that change. If you don't make that change, you're not going to make nobody would want you. In fact, I wouldn't, if I had a son who was like that, I wouldn't want him with nobody. Because I'm like, you wouldn't have served this poor young lady no purpose.
Yep.
Because you're not going to take care of her.
Yep.
You're going to bitch and complain all the time about what you ain't got, so you get out there and handling your business, and you're emotionally unattached. If something's going on, you sitting there doing nothing, not saying nothing is not going to make it hurt.
You're a sucker. You're sucking everything out of the relationship.
Damn.
Because when a person's in a relationship, they're in a relationship because they must give something into someone.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
And so you're going to be that person sucking everything that other person has to give into the relationship. Now,
Damn.
women can be the suckers too.
True.
And I'll be sitting there listening to these men dealing with these women who are suckers, and I'm just like, why are you still there?
You know why? Because they have such a immature mentality. If they were mature, they would say, I gotta get out of this, because it's detrimental to my health.
Yeah,
it's detrimental
it is.
to my physical health,
It's
my
actually
emotional health.
detrimental to the woman who's allowed to be the sucker, because it's like enabling her. And the longer that she's enabled like that, the more she thinks she's correct. So then you say, no, this is how I was allowed to perform and conduct inside the last relationship. So I expect to be able to perform and conduct myself like this in the next relationship.
And if you're a mature guy and you see that, you have to walk away, because you know this is going to end bad.
Yeah.
It's going to end bad. It's going to cost you money. It's going to cost you heartache. It's going to cost you pain.
Yep.
Why in the fuck would I want to be in a relationship that's going to hurt me? Why want to be in a relationship? I should be able to grow with this person. If this person's going to take shit from me, if they're going to take my peace away from me, if you're going to take
they're
away
only capable of taking. Because that's what a sucker is.
Yep.
There are people who are choosing to just take.
Yes.
Those are going to be your opportunists.
Yes.
Right? They're
Yes.
choosing to take. If you don't want to walk away from, it's going to be the same outcome. Heartache,
Yep.
Disappointment, all that good stuff. But they're in control a little bit more, right?
Yes.
Like
Yes.
if you wanted to actually pursue a relationship with an opportunist, it's probably just not a good time for them, because they're technically on the up, trying to get on the up, and just using people, and you don't really know which way they'll turn out. But they're not the same as the sucker. The sucker really doesn't know how to feed anything into the relationship, and there's nothing you can do with someone who's in this season of their life other than to let them go, and so they can learn the lesson.
You're gonna have to.
And it's not like their lesson. You know how we speak, learn their lesson, but they need to learn the lesson.
They're gonna have to, because if not, it's just they're gonna pass it on to the next relationship. Situationship. It's not a relationship. It's a situation, because you're in the situation because you want to get out of it what you want to get out of it and move on. It's like a locust. You go in, you destroy it, and then you move on to another fertile land and just destroy that.
Yeah,
and
I would
we got
say
too many of
that's
that.
a good comparison, locust situation.
Yeah, because it's
Take it, eat it, move on.
move on. But what you're doing is you're leaving damaged people behind, because if you're a guy who's not mature, you're now looking at every woman like that. All women are like that. And that's not the truth, because you haven't been in a situation with a person who had to be that way, but not really the person you need to be with in the first place. So, and to bring this back around to marriage, you really have to be stable. You have to be two stable people, adults, who are going to willingly get into this relationship to grow something, whatever your vision is of what you want to grow. And it's going to be hard times, it's going to be bad times, it's going to be great times, it's going to be good times, but in the end, that's all worth it, because you don't want to be in this with only this person. I want to be in this struggle with this person. I can't see myself in this struggle with anybody else but you. And I'm willing to sacrifice, do what I need to do to make sure we get there. So, and when it's all said and done, 30, 40 years down the road, where we're sitting in our 60s, 70s, if even 80s, we sit there, hold each other's hands, said, damn, we did it. We watching the kids, the grandkids, and what we build. Because ultimately, you're building the legacy. You're building a legacy for your kids and your grandkids to follow. So when you're gone, we're gone. They can still look at pictures, CDs, movies. These people are the reason why we have what we have. They were the blueprint for success.
Yep.
We learn from them. We know that it's going to be hard, but as long as we have unconditional love, we can survive this.
Yep.
So before you get into marriages,
we can thrive in this.
Thrive. It's all about thriving, not surviving.
Yeah.
Surviving is war. Surviving is poverty. Surviving is abuse. You want to thrive and do better. So now you become the role model for future marriages. So somebody can look at you. They may not be brought up with a healthy marriage or a healthy view of marriage, but at least we can be the ones that say, hey, I can be like them. And you can talk to them, because successful marriages, people will talk to you.
Because they know that you need to speak to someone. That's one of the first things we spoke about.
Exactly.
Is being able to speak to someone who has sense.
Sense.
Right.
Yes. Yes.
About what you're in.
Yes.
So absolutely, that would be the end goal. You're doing it right when you just have a friend.
A friend. Because ultimately, wife, husband, all that, you're going to have a friend.
Yeah.
Who's going to love you unconditionally.
Yep.
And you be able to hold each other's hand, walking with matching canes.
Yep.
But she's still that same beautiful person she was when you met her. He's the same beautiful person you met him. Because, again, these are all physical changes. But mentally and spiritually, psychologically, still the person. All this is just a shell. But what makes you you is the essence of who you are.
Absolutely.
So before you get married, if you can't see yourself walking with a cane with that person, don't do it. Like I say, it's not worth it. And on that note, we're going to end another beautiful conversation.
I enjoyed it.
I love it. Every time I love this. And, today I'm going to do something a little different. I want to be able to promote both our things so that everybody can reach us, how you want to reach us. So, I want people to know how to reach T. You want to talk to T, how do you reach T?
I guess the Instagram at trust_city. That's it.
Okay.
Check us out online, trustcity.biz.
Good. And, overcome to become, And you can see us on IG, and we'll be on some other things soon too. So we're currently also just on iHeartRadio. I meant to tell you.
Awesome.
Yeah, so we're on Google, we're on Apple, we're on iHeartRadio now, a couple other ones. But I'll put that out there on the description. So with that, I'm gonna leave you on this episode of On the Mic with the M.
And T.
Blessings and overcome and thrive.